Have you not chosen your weapon yet?
It's been 3 weeks since I decided I'd join Aurelius, and all we know is that my weapon skill is not progressing as we'd hoped.
Take your time, there are plenty of options. What are you most comfortable with? The weapon will almost choose you once you figure that out. You should know which is yours by the way it feels when you wield it. Being great at fighting is one thing, but the warriors of the past forged their place in history by making their weapon an extension of themselves.
I think this is it. What the hell are you doing?
Defend yourself. Trust in your weapon and your ability. Don't fight it yourself. Let go, it will come naturally. Well done. Your origin would be proud.
Who is my origin?
You are the echo of Spartacus.
You're joking, right?
How much do you actually know about Spartacus?
The basics, really. He was a gladiator who inspired not only one of the greatest phrases in history, but also managed to test the might of Rome.
Spartacus was a Thracian. Thrace encompassed what today includes Greece, Bulgaria, and Turkey. During his time, Rome was on a mission to conquer the world and expand the empire. They took Thrace, and while they were at it, Spartacus as well, sentencing him to slavery. Lentulus Batitus purchased Spartacus and brought him to his gladiator school outside of Capua, in what is now southern Italy. While enslaved, Spartacus met Crixus and Enamos, two gladiators who were also owned by Batitus and would later become his second in command. In 73 BC, Spartacus led a revolt joined by Crixus and Enamos. They escaped their chains and started what is now known as the Third Servile War. Gathering strength and size as an army, the men freed slaves and led them into battle against the Romans. The slave army grew to be upwards of 70,000 men and women. They won several encounters against Legatus Claudius Glaber before the Romans began to take them seriously. Rome, facing an unacceptable foresight, looked for a solution and found it in Marcus Licinius Crassus, a name you should be familiar with by now. Crassus was the wealthiest man in the empire and offered his services to destroy Spartacus and his slave militia. Spartacus knew that his untrained horde wouldn't be able to outlast the power of the Roman army. In an effort to preserve life, he tried to reach a truce with Crassus but failed. Spartacus's soldiers were slaughtered. Those who survived the ordeal were crucified and placed on display to be made examples of.
What happened to Spartacus?
His body was never found. People said that he perished in that final battle, but as history would later reveal, he made it out alive. Spartacus searched for and found his wife, who had also been captured and sold into slavery by the Romans. He freed her, and they lived out the rest of their days as farmers in the outer regions of Greece.
I feel ready. Let's go again.
The first event of the year is only 2 weeks away. This is what you've been waiting for. You're finally going to get the chance to test your skill against an opponent who wants your blood. I have something for you, a gift. Come with me to my office. You want to see this. Shut the door. This way. We're here. This room houses legendary weapons and items collected over the centuries by previous Aurelius members. Only members of this house are privy to the treasures that lie within. This is the arsenal.
Where is this place?
We're under the training room. This is the mark of Aurelius. These swords are yours.
Whoa, these are intense. At the risk of sounding ungrateful, why are you giving them to me?
These falcata were the personal weapons of Alexander the Great. He conquered the world with these swords. Upon his death, the blades disappeared for centuries but, in time, re-emerged as a spoiled war in the possession of the Roman Emperor Numerian, whose short reign ended in 284 AD. Numerian had the original arsenal built to house the weapons of conquered kings. But, since he held joint reign with his older brother, Numerian felt he needed to find a way to separate himself as his own entity. Numerian was commended for his creation, though his work's secrecy raised a lot of suspicions, which ultimately led people to believe Numerian was a spy. As a result, the Senate, utterly unaware of Legacy, had him assassinated. However, those who knew about Legacy continued the contest, and, realizing the economic potential of the wages associated with it, agreed that Legacy would need to expand. The original members sent word to trusted men of means, as well as the officials of surrounding lands. As a result, forces were joined, and 4 initial sects were created to establish identity among the parties. The senators who created this sect chose to name the entity Aurelius, in honor of Rome's last great emperor. They lived by the motto, Beati Sumus Deum, blessed are we by the gods. The senators protected the arsenal, and gave their best fighters the most extraordinary weapons they had. The tradition has continued ever since.
These identical swords have blades about 20 inches long and about 2.5 wide. They are also smithed out of steel. During Alexander's time, the Greeks would have made these out of copper. Someone must have recast the blades to make them stronger. The swords weigh about 5 pounds each and are as sharp as surgical scalpels and are polished so that the light glistens against every angle and I can see my reflection in every swipe of the blade. The cross guards are made of gold with a pearl handle grip. The grips are curved towards the ends and have individual finger molds to ensure a better hold. There are gold lions' heads on the pommels. They are meant to represent the ferocity with which Alexander fought.
There are great fighters in Aurelius, but you have the potential within you to be the best. Train hard, fight harder, and you will reap reward greater than you can possibly dream.
Something smells good.
We haven't had the chance to talk today, but I had a good day. I wanted to do something nice for you to arrive home to.
What did you do?
I had to do something wrong, and I just do nice things for you because I want to.
You can, but don't forget I know you. As well-intentioned as you are, trouble always seems to gravitate towards you. Do you know what next week is?
Our 3rd anniversary. Did you think I'd forget?
I did, honestly.
I have something planned for us. I hope you like it.
You also know me better than anyone else, so I'm sure I'll love it.
I need to tell you something.
Okay, let's have it.
I'm fighting again. And I have a fight coming up soon.
Okay, I know you're happy about that.
That's not it. What I'm about to tell you cannot leave the confines of our new group of friends. No one can know about this, not even our families. I know you've heard a lot about Aurelius recently. Well, it isn't a fraternity. Not in the way you think it is. It's part of a bigger institution known as Legacy. It's an entire world of modern-day warriors known as Bloodborn, who fight in the manner of the people they descend from. Real weapons are used, and with that comes the consequences of our actions. I don't want to go into this fight without you knowing.
You're serious, aren't you?
I had to tell you because I don't want you to get concerned if I was to come home one night battered and bleeding. There is always a possibility of being hurt when I'm fighting, but more so now, in this life.
I trust your judgment. And I know that if you were unsure of yourself or this legacy, you wouldn't even be entertaining it. So I'm okay with it. But, I'm coming to every single one of your fights, and that is non-negotiable. So explain to me what exactly a Bloodborn is?
Bloodborn are the descendants of the greatest known warriors throughout the ages. Legacy has been around since the latter years of the Roman Empire. There are these people called historians who research ancestry and follow bloodlines. They can predict in what generation a person whose blood has ties to one of history's elite warriors will manifest Bloodborn ability. I'm told that Legacy very rarely comes across a Bloodborn of my caliber. I'm what they call an echo. An echo is a doppelganger of their origin.
Doppelganger, like a double? Who is your origin?
It seems that I am the echo of Spartacus.
Well, Mr. Spartacus, I'll be in the crowd, watching you become a legend once again.
I feel a weight lift off my shoulders when I finished telling her. It wasn't that big of a secret, but it's something that I needed to say. We had a good time with you guys at the party.
Yeah man, us too. Decent party. It's crazy that Owen got in, but he was lucky Nico broke it up. Nico is all about honor. After all, he is a relic.
Is Juliet okay? Those guys didn't hurt her or anything, did they?
Jules is good. She's a firecracker. I never thank you for stepping in when you did. I'm glad you could see what was happening because I had no idea. If you hadn't intervened, maybe my answer would be different right now.
Hey, McKenna was there too. I would never allow anything to happen to them. You are really good at this stuff, by the way. Everyone here looks to you as a leader, just like they do Nico. I never asked and am curious. Who is your origin?
Syphax. Maybe you've heard of him. He was king of the ancient tribe of the Massicili in western Numidia. In 213 BC, he allied himself with the Romans and went to war against the Massilians of eastern Numidia. The assault was successful, and Syphax gained territory in eastern Numidia. He died in 203 BC after being delivered to Scipio Africanus as a prisoner.
I think this is remarkable. How could something so elaborate still exist and be a thriving institution? I've always been a person who would jump at the chance to learn something new. The history and legacy is like a time machine to the people who laid the foundation for today's world. We tend to take for granted where we came from. If you were to search your bloodlines, where would they take you? Would you even have the balls to find out? There is no future without a past, and we can't figure out where we're going unless we know where we came from.
Luke. Yo Luke, wait up. What's up, bro?
Nothing much, on my way home. Where are you off to?
I've gotta go handle some family stuff. I saw you out here though and wanted to catch up with you before you got away. I missed you over at the house and wanted to check in. Are you ready for your first Proelium?
I think so. I've been waiting a long time to get back into action. I'm ready for the day to be here already.
That's good. Just make sure you mentally prep yourself for weapons contact.
What do you mean?
When you're fighting in the arena, taking a hit isn't the same as when you're in the cage. The mind and body does some wild stuff when it encounters these various sensations of pain. Receiving a blow from a razor-sharp weapon is more painful than you can imagine, and the sensation can really throw you for a loop. If and when you do get cut, just remember to keep moving. Your adrenaline will keep the pain under wraps for the remainder of the match. After that though, it's another story.
I definitely would have overlooked that. Thanks. If you don't mind me asking, you're a relic, right?
Yes, I am.
What exactly is that?
Relics are Bloodborn whose families still practice the same traditions as their origins. My family has been aware of and participated in legacy for centuries. You could even say we are an institution. Because of this long-standing tradition of battle success, we've maintained the custom of praying to the same gods as our origins. It's kept us alive this long.
How did your ancestors find out about legacy?
When Troy was burned down, Andromache, the wife of Hector, was gonna start over but didn't get far before the Greeks were once again bearing down on them. Fearing death for herself and her son, she had her most beloved maid take Astyanax away while she stayed behind to slow the Greek advance. Hector had valuables stowed away for his wife and son so they could continue to live in the case of his death. sort of a life insurance policy. Andromache left the location of the valuables with her son and sacrificed herself to give the maid and Astyanax a chance to escape. He never used his inheritance, but he kept a close watch over it, passing it down through generations. When legacy was created, my ancestor Agapetus, a Bloodborn himself, was approached by one of the original founding senators who happened to know him. Recognizing Agapetus' great skill as a warrior, that senator made him an offer. From that day on, when a child of my family is a Bloodborn, we take our place as Aurelius legacies.
Hector would be proud of the man you have become.
I too believe that he would be. The thing that made Hector a phenomenal warrior was not the fact that he was exceptionally skilled. He loved his country and his people. He fought, not for glory or honor, but for his people so that they could continue their peaceful lives. He was a devoted husband, father, and a warrior last.
Real men, real warriors, Nico was saying, are respectable people who carry themselves in a manner that befits a person of high regard. That's the type of person I want to be, and how I try to be for McKenna. Hello, I am looking for Doc.
Luke Hart, the echo of Spartacus. You finally found your way to see me.
I'm told you are the person to see if someone needs to be outfitted for battle.
I've seen many fighters come and go in my time. Each person has their own style and comforts. Whatever you feel will give you the best chance at survival with minimal damage, it's my job to make that a reality.
So what do you have in mind?
I've created something special for you, Mr. Hart. In Legacy, it is customary for fighters to want to immortalize their origins. They dress and wear armor that is in some respects traditional to their origin and cultural customs. I don't expect you to sport the brief that past gladiators wore, but there are a few things you do need. Greaves, cuirass, braces and a helmet.
No helmet. I don't want to wear one.
Good choice. I thought I'd give you the option, but you shouldn't cover your face. Let the people see you. Admiration is a funny thing. All it takes is a spark to ignite a wildfire of worship. Sell yourself and you will gain favor with the crowd. Shall I explain these items' functions?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Right. Well, your greaves are the pieces of armor that protect your shins. They consist of a rigid material and padding to absorb direct strikes. They can also work well in delivering hard blows to your opponents. Your braces will protect your forearms. The cuirass might be your most important piece of armor. This chest plate protects your torso from being turned into Swiss cheese. Without it, you're more vulnerable to blade wounds, being stabbed in a vital organ, or being killed. Typically, steel would be the metal of choice for these, but I have developed a titanium alloy that is nearly weightless and almost indestructible. Like the original cuirasses, yours resembles a bare torso. The pecs, abs, and obliques are defined on the plate, allowing for easy maneuverability. I've also added decorative moldings of lions to both pecs to resemble the handles of your swords. The metal, as you can see, is painted a matte black, the moldings gray.
Yeah, that's good. My abs look exactly like that.
I'm sure they do. To finish off your attire, I would suggest you wrap your hands. It's easy to lose a finger in all of the melee. Also, a maneuverable fitted trouser and a pair of agile steel toe boots. If you lose a foot, it will be hard to kick some butt.
Thank you for all of this, Doc.
It is my pleasure. One more thing. Good luck in the Proelium. Echoes are special. They don't come around often and they are rare in Legacy. You have the potential for greatness, whatever that might be. Embrace everything and in time, your greatness will be revealed to you.
What are you gonna wear tonight?
I hadn't figured that out yet. I'll probably just throw something on.
Throw something on? It's our anniversary. You don't just throw something on. I bought you a couple of items, they are on the bed. Go try them on.
Okay, I'm gonna go take a shower, and then I'll put them on.
Well, what do you think?
Not bad.
Not bad? I can tell by the look on your face that I know what I am doing. You're welcome.
Did you get yourself something as well?
Duh, it's our anniversary. I want to look special. Besides, you don't think I will buy you a new outfit and not get something for myself, do you? I'll be ready in 10 minutes. Okay, ready.
Stunning.
Soleil, how appropriate. This place is beautiful.
A toast to us. On this day 3 years ago, we professed our commitment to one another. Though it feels like our fire was forged in a lifetime, before we even met. I will love you across any plane, unconditionally. Till my last breath.
Bobby, Luke, hang back for a minute. Have a nice rest. This won't take long. With the Proelium coming up, we need you to be ready, Luke. The assembly members have chosen your opponent, and they haven't gone easy on you. Because of your experience and the fact that you're an echo, they want to see exactly what you're capable of.
What's the assembly?
Bobby will discuss that with you later. Right now, I need you two to pay attention. Your opponent for the Proelium is Balder, the Bloodborn of Erik the Red. This guy is not to be taken lightly. He's a brute and doesn't go down easily. If you're not ready, you may find yourself in a world of hurt. Bobby, brief Luke on Balder. I have a meeting I must get to.
I wonder where he's off to. Alright, so what's the deal with Balder?
Well, first off, he is without question the Bloodborn of a Viking. If you Google imaged modern Viking, you will find a picture of the guy. He's a mountain, easily upwards of 300 pounds, long hair, and he has a neck as thick as your thigh. I once saw him take a spear to the shoulder, and that didn't even faze him. He pulled out the spear like it was a splinter, wiped his fingers in the blood, and painted his face with it before he demolished his opponent. Tough doesn't begin to describe him.
I'm not worried. He isn't the biggest guy I had ever fought. I will fight him just as I would anyone else. Let the match come to me, and react when I have an opening. If that doesn't work, then it will have to be a brawl. Either way, Balder is nothing more than the next guy to fall. With the Proelium only 2 days away, it's time for me to live up to the name. Thanks, Bobby, that's all I need to know. You hungry? So what's up? How have you been?
Not bad, man, just school and training to take over as historian.
You are really into being a historian. Have you never wanted to be a Bloodborn?
When I was younger, I would see all of the different fighters in the house. They all looked like superheroes to me. Then I would see my dad, and how each one of these gods among men would come to my dad to prepare them for their fights. Not physically, but mentally they needed to know how to get the upper hand in battle. They didn't go to just anyone for that, they went to my dad. Not everyone is blessed to be a Bloodborn, and not everyone is blessed to be a historian. When it comes to that, I am an echo.
I definitely respect that.
How is McKenna?
She's good. We've been dog-tired lately though with everything going on. Most nights, we end up just falling asleep on the couch in front of the TV.
That's not a bad thing. I wish I had someone to fall asleep on the couch with.
You don't have anyone?
I've had girlfriends before, but you know how that goes. Nothing works out. There's no trust. You're not what they want right now. There is one girl I've had my eye on from my physics class, Kane. It's Japanese, and it means, beautiful one. She's real pretty, that classic sort of gorgeous. We've talked a bit in class, but she would never go for a guy like me.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. Next time you talk to Kane, pay attention to her body language and what she says. If she has a warm, open body gesture towards you, you have half the battle won. Talk to her about something other than class. Try to make the conversation about her. If she's engaged and wants to keep talking, then you're in. No woman talks to a guy they don't like. Trust me, you'll know. There is always a chance.
Are you ready for your fight?
As ready as I can be. I've been preparing for this for what seems like my entire life.
I had a dream the other night that hasn't left me. I didn't want to tell you about it because I don't want you to think that I don't support what you are about to do. I probably shouldn't even be bringing this up since tonight is the big night, but I have to tell you what I saw.
What did you see?
You went to battle and were killed. You saw your opponent as just another unassuming person. He was as strong as an ox, and he took your life. Luke, please be careful tonight.
I hear what you are saying, but honestly I'd be putting myself in danger if I started concerning myself with the risks.
Wait a second. Here, I want you to take this. Wear it around your hand so you remember what I said.
He will be there tonight. Whatever happens, I promise we will be returning home together. I meet Shields and the other members of Aurelius at the house. Link, Taylor, and Nico are also fighting in the Proelium. Taylor is the Bloodborn of King Arthur's most trusted knight Lancelot. Taylor will be the first of us to enter the arena tonight, followed by Link, me, and finally Nico. We are embraced by our brothers and wished good luck before we leave for the event. We travel to the arena as a single unit. The others will be watching from the stands and cheering us on. McKenna and Juliet are coming with Bobby. He and I figured that, if they go with him, he can say that they also work for Aurelius, so there shouldn't be any problem getting them in. McKenna told me that Juliet has never seen a fight, even though she is aware of Legacy. She's been too afraid that something would happen to Link. Since McKenna is coming, Juliet is willing to go for the first time. The two will be able to provide each other support as they await the outcomes of our matches. We reach the side of a building called the Sphere. Named after the glass dome it's shaped as, the roof is made up of individual triangular sections that encase the entire arena. It's an impressive architectural feat. Who are those men? Cops.
They are hired enforcement for the Proelium. Privacy is of the utmost importance in maintaining the well-being of our world. Police are prohibited from stepping foot anywhere near here on these nights, and any day leading up to or following the Proelium. We keep a tradition of honor and look to the assembly to maintain the law and order of our realm. There's no honor in a gun. It's a coward's weapon of choice. If you want to take a man's life, do it up close and personal with your own hands.
Instead of entering through a back entrance, fighters are made to parade through the crowd. The Legacy fanatics want to assess the men they will be betting their money on. It is almost as if we are thoroughbreds at the Kentucky Derby. The main hallway circles the arena walls. The massive building has black marble floors, arched doorways, and torches burning high on tall Greek columns. Towering statues of history's greatest warriors stand as proud memorials to those men and women who had forged a world of legacy. Like the Colosseum in Rome, the Flavian Amphitheater, the sand-covered floor of the Sphere is arranged in the shape of a sunken bowl. The seats rise above the pitch with every increase in elevation, allowing for the next patron to gain better sight. There are thousands of blood-crazed patrons eagerly waiting for the first contest, or for the first drop of blood to be spilled. What's Nico doing?
He's praying to Apollo for luck and good health in battle.
I have no pre-game ritual, just focus. I fastened on my armor and visualize myself destroying Baldur. For me, fighting is like chess. I can see the match several moves ahead. This intuition allows me to play out the fight in my head before I ever touch the floor. My everlast hand wraps are perfectly secure. Greaves, bracers, and cuirass firmly fixed to my chest, forearms, and legs. I tie the strip of red material McKenna had given me around my right hand and wrist. Whatever the outcome, success or death, I will not be alone.
This is the first Proelium of the year. Fight with courage and honor, and you will bring glory to our house. For the Brotherhood.
For
Aurelius.
Aurelius.
It's showtime. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Good. Then go out there and give these people what they came for. But, whenever you fight, mercy must not exist. If they step in the arena with you, there's only one option. Win if you want to live, do whatever it takes to survive. Pour a man's blood on the sand, and you will be rewarded with all the glory and treasures that come in this life. Remember, death is only a casualty of victory.
I think about that in the dream McKenna had, and know there is no way I won't be ready for Balder. Taylor and Link both win their fights. That must have been great for Juliet to see. It should give her more confidence in Link as a fighter, and that he won't get hurt. The night has been a success for Aurelius, but now, I am on deck and awaiting my name to be called for battle.
Tonight, we give you carnage in its most imposing form. The giant Balder of Valhalla, blood-born of Viking King, Erik the Red. Prayers have as well been answered tonight in the form of a true hero. At long last, the greatest gladiator, and arguably the greatest warrior of all time, has returned. Spartacus. True reward indeed, for only the fourth time in recent legacy history does an echo appear on the sand. It is my privilege to give you loot of Aurelius, the echo of Spartacus, god of the arena.
Concede. I bask in the moment as I am showered with the love and worship of the crowd. I take my hand and extend my red-wrapped fist to the sky in honor of the people who are giving me their love. It's in this moment that I am truly certain of my decision. I have found my home, where I belong. I have only one thing to say to anyone who dares face me in the arena. Enter at your own risk.